For years now, students have been struggling with information overload, last-minute cramming, fear and anxiety during exams. As you can guess, this often leads to poor academic performance. But what if I told you that there are tools that will enable you to study faster, understand deeper, and come out with better grades at the end of the day? My name is Kelechi Nkwocha. I'm a data scientist and also a co-founder of Tech Battery Services. Tech Battery Services have trained close to 11,000 people from web development to programming to artificial intelligence. You can name them. In today's course, I'll be taking you on how to achieve academic excellence using AI. See you in the next video. Thank you. Welcome back to AI for Academic Excellence. And we are on Chrome now. You can use any browser of your choice. You can use Opera Mini, you can use Internet Explorer, you can just use any of them, okay? So we'll go straight to Turbolearn. Okay, Turbolearn AI. So I'm there. I'm not there yet. So I'll click on this and it will take us there. Now, this is the first thing you're going to see, the interface you're going to see when you get to Turbolearn AI. I prefer you go through your dashboard, okay? Either of these will take you to the exact spot. So let's click on your dashboard. Okay, remember you can register. I've already signed up. So, but if you've not signed up yet, you have the interface where you have to sign up. I don't have to start teaching you how to sign up. You can do so yourself. So just sign up. If you've ever signed up on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, any of them, okay, you should be able to sign up on this. And I also want to state that Turbolearn AI works with your phone. So not just your desktop, but I'm conducting this lecture using my desktop. Okay, but you can do the same thing with your phone. Alright, so we are here now. The first thing you're going to see here is record upload audio, YouTube video, document upload, okay, and so many other things like that. Okay, so let's get down to business. Let's look at our record or upload audio. Assuming you are in a class and a hot lecture is going on and you are pressed, so pressed you have to excuse yourself. Fine, the lecturer is not going to stop simply because you are pressed. Okay, so they will continue. Now, the old way of doing that is the conventional way is to excuse yourself. You come back and you can ask anybody what you missed and they can update you. But the best way of going about it is to just have your phone record whatever the lecturer is saying. And when you are done, you go to this record upload audio, upload it. Okay. In fact, the best way is, even when you are in class, is to record the lecturer as he's lecturing. Okay. And then upload it here. I'm going to be showing you the different things you can do here. I have an already file I downloaded from a university site, and it's about maths. And I also want you to understand that I structure this not just for secondary school, for PhD, for masters, undergrads, secondary school, just name them. Okay, so I will go to my audio file. So I clicked on that place here. So I'm getting to this point on my desktop. That's exactly where I stored it. So AI for Academic Excellence. I think I have an audio. I have other files here, but because they are not MP3 files, so they are not visible here. Okay, so I'll click on this, and the topic is when is random. Quite interesting for lovers of mathematics. Okay, and I don't want to bore you with the whole lecture, so I don't want to forget myself to start explaining what this topic is all about. So I click on it, and then it's uploading the audio. Okay, so it's processing it. It's going to take a while. I'm going to pause it so I don't waste your time. So you're going to see on your notes, you're going to see something like this. You're going to see a summary of what the audio is all about. So from this place, you see target prices, a scatter of points. You see when shooting at a point, the shots typically scatter around the bullet. Don't worry about this, please. Don't worry about this. So it's way advanced maths. I'm just using this to show you what Turbo AI is capable of doing. Okay, so it has given you all this, and I'm also going to mix this up, and it's quite deliberate to pick something that looks very difficult, you know. So this is way beyond. If you're looking at maybe a PhD or thereabouts, that's where you should look at maths like this. Okay, maybe masters or so. So I'm going to do something here. So I'm going to combine tools, okay, just to show you what you can do with this. So I'm going to go straight to ChatGPT. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to do. So assuming you get to a very difficult note, okay, or you can take that note and to ChatGPT, okay, and ChatGPT will simplify it for you. Okay, so I'm combining note now, copying this now, okay, that have been generated. Remember, this is an audio file, okay, that was transcribed to this. Okay, now I've copied all these straight to copy them. Now go to ChatGPT, okay, and I'll ask ChatGPT to simplify this and maybe use Nigerian context. So I can say use Nigeria context, okay, to simplify this or to explain this note, like I am a 10-year-old, right? Okay, so let's see what is going to tell me. So I have it here, and then I send. Okay, so let's wait for what ChatGPT will do. All right, so now imagine this. This is the exact note we got from our link, from the audio. So imagine when I was reading it aloud, I don't think most of us understood exactly what they were talking about. Okay, so target practice is scatter points. When shooting at the target, the shots typically scatter around the bullseye. Let's now just see. It looks like they're speaking Arabic right now. Look at what ChatGPT is telling us. Imagine you are throwing small stones at a mango tree in your compound. Now, if you're in Nigeria, you will understand exactly what he's talking about. Aiming at one big juicy mango, but every time you throw, the stone lands somewhere close. Sometimes on the mango, sometimes just beside it. Now let's try. You throw 100 stones in total. I'm not going to read all this, but if you were once a boy, you know you've thrown stone at mangoes before. Okay, so that's exactly what ChatGPT is trying to do. This, for those of you that are interested in this, is talking about randomness and saying that nothing is actually random. Okay, I can throw a stone at that mango tree and it will get different spots around the mango, and sometimes it hits the mango. I can draw a line around it, and then I can decide to draw a similar lines deliberately. Okay, that similar lines I drew deliberately is not random. Okay, because I deliberately move my pen around those axes. But the mango, the one I threw, is random. So it's talking about the random of randomness. Just forget this, please. Forget this. Just understand what you can use this for and how you can combine tools. Okay, so and how you can put it in the context you are very familiar and conversant with. Like in this case, we Nigerianized it. Okay, so we can understand it. Okay, so back to this now. So we are saying what we can do with the quiz, with the notes, and then we can come down and see quiz. Okay, so I'm going to pause this now because it will take some time to propagate. Oh, it's fast. Okay, my internet is quite fast. Okay, so it's going to go through your notes and pick out questions from your notes. So according to the text discussion of randomness, what is it challenging? Why is it challenging to definitely prove that an observed sequence of events, like a series of unlikely coin flip outcomes, was not generated by a truly random mechanism. Forget this, like I said. Okay, so this quiz, you're going to go through so many questions from what the audio we downloaded. Okay, so I'm just showing you the different things you can do. Okay, I'm not going to show you podcast now because already you are losing interest already because we picked something quite difficult. So I think I'm going to pause here and look at other things we can do. Alright, so I don't bore you to death. Okay, fine. We are back to our dashboard and I'm going to explain YouTube video. Okay, let's say you saw a video on YouTube and you like it, and I'll use it to explain the podcast, the quiz, and so many other things like that. So let's go to our YouTube. Okay, I'm going to pause this now so I don't waste your time. I'll go to YouTube. I'll maybe type, let's search for, say, motion physics. Okay, and it's taking us to say something like, I'm going to pause this so as okay, good. So we are picking from this Excellence Academy. So I'm just going to pause motion 1, physics jam and post UTME class 1. Okay, so I'm going to copy this link now. Okay, sorry, I'm going to pause this. So good. So I'm here now. I'll click on this, then paste the link. Okay, so once I paste the link, I'll try to generate notes. Okay, so I'll click on this to generate notes. I'm going to pause it because it will take some time to generate notes. Okay, it's 20% completed, 30 is a bit fast this time around, but I will pause it so I don't waste your time. We have our note here. So I think this is quite relatable. This is the equations of uniformly accelerated motions. You did this in your SS1, I think, and you have this, all this down to this point here. So we can still do the same thing we did with the other one, assuming maybe you are in GSS2 or GSS1 and you are not so familiar with all this. So you can just copy this now and ask ChatGPT to simplify it further. Okay, and then maybe use Nigerian context. So I say use Nigerian context to simplify this text. Okay, all right. So make it as simple as possible for a 10-year-old. All right, let's see. All right, so here is our text, and bam, let's see what it's going to give us. Good. Now we are going to see this. This is quite different now. So look at what it's telling us here. So what is motion? Motion just means movement. If something moves from one place to another, it is motion. For example, if a football is kicked and it rolls across the field, it has moved. Okay, so it's motion, right? So so we come down here and explain the equations of motions down here. If it starts or stops, blah blah blah. Okay, I wanted to see where it will. Okay, still using Mango. Like ChatGPT likes Mango a lot, but then we love mangoes. I do. Okay, so these are the different things. Okay, now summary for Nigerian children. If your bicycle moves, it is motion. This is for Ajebo children. So when you press brakes on a keke or okada, now you are talking. It slows down. That is retardation. When something falls from the sky, like rain or mango, so you can see what we are talking about, right? So you can actually get your notes from your lecturer and you can simplify it. I can come up and say simplify it in Igbo, or translate it in Igbo. Let me say Igbo, and see what it to give me. Okay, so it's fine. Look at it now. It's translating all this in Igbo. Translating Yoruba in Yoruba. Boom. Okay, still translating. So I'm going to, okay, so this is Yoruba. Bam. I can come up to say translate in Hausa. Boom. And then this is Hausa. Okay, so we are going to continue this as we. This is what is giving us in, say, Hausa. And I can decide to do the same thing for, say, Pidgin. Okay, so translate to Pidgin. Okay, you understand Nigeria. So look at waiting with motion. Now movement to, wow, it's interesting. Motion now when something they move from one place, go another place. If you push ball, you go walk out from where it did before. That one a motion. So you can see this, right? So you can take everything and then turn it to different text, different language, different context, anything that will help you understand the subject matter. Remember, I was here and I took everything to ChatGPT. Okay, so we are going to look at the podcast, we are going to look at flashcard, quiz, and so many of them like that. Okay, so don't forget we are still dealing with how we got here. We went to YouTube, got a video, copied the link, pasted it here. We are here. So I want us to know the different things we can do here. We can also go to podcast here. Okay, but we our quiz. I think I've done this. Okay, but I'm going to pause this now so it doesn't. Welcome back. We are here. So these are the different quiz we can get from this, and it will ask you different questions. So if you have your notes, lecture notes on maybe physics, maths, history, geography, name them, you can upload them here, or copy a link from YouTube, paste them here, and quiz. Okay, and for you to respond to. So let's look at that here. I'm just showing you the different things it can do, it is capable of. Okay, so you can see here what is the definition of motion in physics. Okay, remember is from this video on YouTube here. Okay, this is just an advert. See it here. Okay, let's quickly. Okay, I'm going to pause this because of network. I will just keep this, and then this is it here. So this is this video, okay, that we copied this link, pasted it here, and we are getting to this point here. Okay, so what is the definition of motion in physics? So you're expected to solve it. You can click on this for the second question. In free fall, what sign convention is used when the body moves upward? Blap. You continue, and then you can go on, and you have about 34 flashcards here. So you can come down here and see the transcript, assuming you don't just want the notes, you want everything. So you can have this transcript here. Okay, and you can come down here. Let's look at the podcast. Okay, the beautiful thing about podcast, it deepens knowledge. It makes you understand the subject matter, deeply. So you can come down here, and let's say Bella will come down here, and Michael, and we want it in English. Okay, the length. Okay, for free one, 5 to 15 minutes. So describe what you want your podcast to focus on, or leave blank to cover the full notes. Okay, so we can just decide to cover the full note. We'll leave it blank so it can cover the full note. So I'm going to generate this podcast now, and then I will pause this. Come back. I'm going to play it now, and let's see what. Fine. This is our podcast. The audio is a bit low. I'm going to pause it as I increase it. Okay. Let me see if I can increase it.
Think of it as moving from point A to
from here.
Okay, that makes sense.
So fine, I think the audio is better.
Equations are V
so
equals
you
U
can
plus
go
F,
on
which
to
relates
listen
final velocity to
to
initial
this. I'm going
velocity,
to pause it because I don't want it to affect what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can pause this. You can go on to listen to this from your notes from that YouTube video. Remember, I'm using the YouTube link simply because the notes is a bit advanced, too advanced, so I want you to relate with it. Okay, that's why I came down to just your basic physics. All right, so you can do this in different subjects. In history, just name them. You can upload it. It will become a podcast that you are listening to. Okay, so you are seeing people have a conversation about your subject matter. Trust me, it deepens knowledge. You can go down to chatbots. Okay, so let's look at this. You can ask it question. Ask me any question about your notes or content. So you can come down here, or you can just go there and say, okay, can you summarize the key equations for motion and free fall? Blah. Let's just see what it will give us. We'll pick this. Okay, the network can be a bit poor here. So let's say good. Wow. This doesn't look like English, so let's rectify this. I think something is wrong with the settings here, so I'll come back and fix this. Okay, can you summarize the key question? Okay, fine. Let's see. Ask me any question. Let's see. So we have it here. So we can come down here. Retardation is negative acceleration, which reduces the speed of a body. Blah 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 blah. You can come down here, and then you can just pick specific questions, okay, and ask it. Okay, just ask it anything. So what do we ask? How does motion affect our everyday life? Let's just see what it will tell us. How does motion affect our everyday life? Right? Let's see what it will tell us. Okay, so you can go on, and then it's telling you all this, which reduces the speed of a body, blah 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 blah, and then there's even an equation to how it affects you. Okay, so this is what you can do with chatbots. You can ask it questions, podcasts, flashback, quiz, transcripts, and then you have your settings here. Remember, we are trying to explain how you can use Turbo AI to turbocharge your learning process, even your grades and all that. Okay, so let's come down to, we are not done yet. Remember, we still have our, here, let me see, we have, let me go back again, before the turbo quiz, we have nope, not this place. We have, okay, I'm just taking us back to where we were. So I think it's repeating. I'm going to pause it now and then go back to where we are supposed to go to. We are in our documents here. Documents upload. So assuming you've uploaded a document, or maybe you have a document, you have a handout, you have your notes, and by the way, there are AI tools. Though you wrote it in your handwriting, you can take your screenshot of it, take a picture of it, and it will become like a typed text. Okay, so there are tools for it. You can have that, your normal lecture note in your secondary school, in the university or any of those things. You have the notes, and then once you have it, you can upload it here in different format, from your PDF to your documents, just name them. Okay, so we are going to upload a note here. So I just clicked this where we were. Then I clicked on this, and I'm going to look for my notes here. Now this is physics past questions. Okay, so let's just see what it is. Not a note per se, but let's see what it can give us. So I'm going to pause this as we wait time, and I just generated a note on this. So let's see, hopefully it would not take much of our time. Yeah, it's faster. 10 seconds now. I may not have to pause it. Okay, fine, I'll pause it. Hopefully it will be faster than the other one. Faster. We have our note here. Okay, so you can see this basic stuff, same thing about motion, and then it's bringing it out this way. Okay, making it better than the note. Okay, I'm going to show you the note. The note, this is let me show you the note here. This is the note. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is the note. Plain text. Okay, plain text. I use this format so it doesn't make sense. Now this is what it translated it to, or organized it to. Okay, so you are saying this now. Okay, sorry, here. So you can see how, and then at the same time too, you can copy all this and then down, take it to your ChatGPT and do a lot with it. I don't want to overflog what you can do with ChatGPT, okay, because I want us to take a look at ChatGPT separately. So I'm going to pause here now and then go to ChatGPT. Different things we can do there. But if you look at your Turbolearn, we've explained your notes, your chatbots, your podcast, your flashcard, quiz, transcript, and so many things. The setting is just basic stuff, really. We don't have to go into it, and the network seems to be very, very bad. And sometimes too, maybe if you upgrade to premium, you don't have to do that at the moment. Maybe during the exam you can come together to do that, but it will help you. It will help you. So another part, so this is just a setting, notes title, publish, date uploaded, all this. You probably don't need all this anyway. But then if you need them, you can go to settings and make your settings. Good. So let's go to ChatGPT. Okay, this is another thing you can do. So from ChatGPT, I'm not going to repeat the same thing so I don't sound like a broken record. So let's go down to our files and upload jam past questions. So one of the things you can do with ChatGPT is, for example, if you are in SS1, okay, and you want to be familiar with the structure of jam, but you don't have, I don't know how to put it, but you don't have the right knowledge or the required knowledge to pass jam questions, start practicing jam questions. Okay, but you can come down and say you want them to set these questions in a less difficult, can reduce the difficulty level, and they will bring out these same jam questions, and then you can practice with them. Okay, so let's try this and see. This is the difficulty level of the physics questions in the document. Concentrate on motion only, because I don't want it to generate everything. Don't highlight the answers. Okay, let's see what it will give us here. I'm going to pause this. Okay, fine. This is a simplified version of it. And look at it. Two cars are moving on the same road. One is moving at 100 km per hour and the other at 130 km per hour. How fast is the second car moving compared to the first? Okay, you can just see these are basic physics questions. Okay, so you can continue at GSS1. You can practice this way. Okay, you can do this at maybe SS2. You can practice with your normal jam questions. When you get to SS3, you can do this. Increase the difficulty level of the question above the one in the document. Okay, concentrate on motion only, ask 20 questions. Good. So let's send it and see what it will give us. Advanced motion questions. Okay. A car accelerated formally, blah blah blah. What is the distance covered during the time? Hint, converts. You can also decide you don't want hints. Okay, if I start with a speed of 5 meters per second, accelerate at 3 meters per second, how long does it take to cover this? So you can continue increasing the difficulty. I can come here and say increase the difficulty level a lot more than this. So increase the a notch higher. Let's see. So you can continue doing this. Okay. So a car accelerates, blah blah blah. So to continue to increase it, continue to increase it, continue to increase it. A ball is projected vertically upward with a velocity of u. If total time of flight is t, find the height at t. So you can just go on and increase the difficulty level until it's way beyond jam, and you practice with it. As long as you practice with it, you find out that jam will become very easy to pass. Remember, I'm using physics as a case study. You can do the same thing for maths, English, geography, biology, history, government, just anything, literature, just anything. You can feed it a particular document and expect it to carry out whatever. Remember, we are on ChatGPT. Okay, and I just want to explore just the basic ChatGPT, not the Explore GPT, just the ChatGPT. So these are the different things you can do, okay, to help you in your academics. Okay, that exam doesn't have to be that difficult. Okay, you have your material, bring your materials in, and voila, it will just bring out beautiful things you can relate with. Okay, you'll be looking at that difficult text or note, it will look like a novel you are very familiar with. So this is just what it takes to excel in your academics. So I hope you practice it and you find it useful. So you can share this to your kids, you know, and you can study this, give it to your elder brothers, anybody you know that is writing one exam or the other. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Kelechi Nkwocha. Until we meet in another video, bye bye for now.